Hello everyone, my name is Christy. Welcome to my channel, welcome to my yoga space, and I hope you guys enjoy it here. I wanted to do a little bit of an intro because this is my first yoga video on my channel, so I wanted to kind of explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and welcome you guys if you're new. So as I said, my name is Christy. I have been a certified yoga instructor since 2012, and ever since then, people have been asking me what yoga videos they should do on YouTube, who they should follow on YouTube for yoga, and I always don't know the answer, and I always think to myself that I should start my own channel for yoga, and I haven't done it until now, so I'm finally here and I'm gonna do it. I know that yoga can be intimidating, especially if you've never done it before. You may be scared to go to a class in person, and this is a really good way to get started. So if you have never done it, make sure you start practicing this in your own home. If you have friends who have never done it and they're scared to go to a class, make sure you share this with them so they can start their yoga practice in the comfort of their own home without feeling intimidated at all. This first video is just going to be a beginner's yoga video. So it's gonna be kind of like the basics of what you would find at least in one of my classes, and I think in a lot of basic yoga classes. So hopefully you can get a little bit of a feel for what a yoga class is like and be a little bit prepared before you go into one yourself. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the class. As always, please make sure that if you like this video and you want to see more stuff like it, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. And also make sure that you subscribe to my channel to see more stuff like this. Please share it with your friends who want to get into yoga and let me know what you guys think. We'll get into the practice. Start by just coming to a comfortable seat, resting your hands on your lap and closing your eyes. Once you are there, we will start to come to the breath. So just start to notice your natural breathing at first. And then from there, we will start to deepen our breath and slow down those inhales and exhales. Using that breath to help bring your awareness fully into this space. We'll now invite our hands to prayer pose at heart center. Taking a moment here to maybe set an intention for your practice today. You're also welcome to dedicate your practice to some area of your life or some person in your life that may need a little extra attention today. Slowly let that go. Drop your hands to your lap and drop your chin to your chest, just letting your head hang here. You can rock your head side to side if you would like. And then bring your head back up to neutral. We'll drop your right ear over to your right shoulder. Getting a nice side stretch on that left side of our neck. Bringing your head back up to center and then dropping it over to the other side. Bring it back up to center and then gently just look up to the sky. Bringing your head back to neutral, look to the right. Inhale back to center and look to the left. Come back to center. And we'll slowly inhale, bring your arms up overhead. As you exhale, lower them back down. Inhale, we reach out and up. Exhaling, lower. Once again, inhaling, reaching out and up. And as you exhale, we'll drop your right hand down, lean over to the right. Getting that side stretch. Inhale, both arms come back overhead. And as you exhale, drop the left, lean over to the other side, stretching out that other side. Continuing to keep your focus on the breath. Both arms come back up overhead on your inhale. Hands meet at prayer and bring that prayer down through heart center. Slowly lower your hands to your knees. And we'll take a seated cow pose. Gaze lifts, tailbone lifts. And then exhale, seated cat pose. Inhale back through to your cow. Exhaling cat. Once more, inhaling through to your cow. And exhaling cat. Come back to a neutral spine, and then we'll roll over to hands and knees, finding your way to your tabletop position. In your table, we want to make sure hands are right underneath our shoulders, knees under hips, And we'll take a few cat-cows here as well. So coming through to that cow pose and then rounding to your cat pose. You can move at your own pace. Just taking a few cat-cows here. Maybe moving around a little more if you'd like to, whatever feels right to you. And then walk your hands slightly forward and sit back to a child's pose. You're welcome to take your knees out wide, or you can keep them more together, whatever feels right. Taking an inhale, exhale here. And then inhale your way back up through your table. Turn your toes under. Press back to our first downward facing dog. And once you're in that downward facing dog, you can move around however you want to. Maybe bend one knee at a time. Shake your head yes and no. Come through a plank if you want. Whatever feels good to just feel into your body here. We'll rise up onto your tiptoes. And then exhale, lower back down. Inhaling tiptoes. Exhaling down. One last time, inhale up. Exhale, lower. And then slowly drop back to your knees, sit back to a child's pose. Inhale, make your way back up through your table. And from here, we will send your right arm forward and your left leg back, coming into our bird dog. Activating your core, warming everything up a little bit more. One more breath in, and then exhale, lower arm and leg down. Take a moment in the middle, and then we'll switch it out for the other side. Growing really tall, like someone's pulling you in each direction. And slowly lower arm and leg down. Walk your hands a little bit forward once again. Turn your toes under and press back to that downward facing dog. And from our downward facing dog, we'll look between your hands, start to walk your way to the front of the mat, coming to our standing forward fold. So in our forward fold, you're welcome to have your knees slightly bent. You can let your hands hang down, or you can grab for opposite elbows here and sway side to side. It's totally up to you. And slowly release your hands down if they're not already there. Start to press into your feet, roll up to standing one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way up to the top. And once you get up to the top, we will bring our big toes together, heels slightly apart, palms face just a little bit forward. And we'll start to flow a little more, inhaling, reaching your arms out and up overhead. As you exhale, forward fold, separate your hands. On your inhale, we arch halfway up. Fingertips can stay on the mat or comes to shins, and then fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise back up. Arms come all the way up overhead. As you exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we arch halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, walk back to your plank pose like you're about to do a push-up. Hold this here, hips in line with the rest of the body. And then from here, we'll drop to your knees, tops of the feet come flat. Keep your elbows close to your body and lower all the way down onto your belly. We'll inhale, come up to a cobra pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhaling up, cobra. Exhale, lower. Last time, inhaling, cobra. Turn your toes under, press back to that downward facing dog. We'll look between your hands, step or hop to the front of the mats, and inhale, arch halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms overhead. And as you exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, arch halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, walk back to that plank pose. Once again, you can drop to your knees like before, or you can lower halfway down chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward facing dog. Hands and feet are the only thing on the mat in that upward facing dog. And then we come back to our downward facing dog. Look between the hands. Step or hop to the front of the mats. Inhale, arch halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up, standing tall, arms overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, arch halfway up. Exhale, fold, pause here. You can walk your feet a little wider if you would like to. Bend your knees and interlace your fingers behind your back. If you can, lift them up off your back. Go for it. If you want to keep them down on your back, that's totally fine too. And feel free to bend your knees as much as you want to here. This is about opening up our chest and shoulders. And lower the hands back to the low back and all the way down to the mat. We'll inhale, arch halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to that plank, and lower down through your flow. We'll all meet back in that downward facing dog. And from this downward facing dog, we will send your right leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, step that foot, crunch it in, and then send it back up to the sky. As you exhale, step it all the way in between your hands. And we'll drop onto that back knee, tops of the feet, tops of that back foot come flat. Getting a nice hip stretch here. You can keep your hands down. You can bring them up to your knee. Or if you want, you can bring them all the way up overhead. If they're overhead, make sure you relax the shoulders down. Slowly lower hands all the way back down. Turn your back toes under, lift that back knee. Plant your left hand and inhale, your right arm comes up to the sky, twisting open, rotating that spine. Still breathing. Lower that hand down. Step back to your downward facing dog. We'll set up for the other side. Sending your left leg high. And then exhale, crunch it in, knee to navel. Inhaling, lift it up. And exhale, step it through in between the hands. Taking your time to get it there. We'll drop onto that back knee. Either keeping the hands down, rising up onto that knee, or you can reach those arms up overhead for that full low crescent. Fingertips reach up, but the shoulders relax down. Slowly lower hands back down. Turn your back toes under. Lift your back knee. Oops, I skipped that side. And we'll drop to your knees. Sit back to a child's pose. So I skipped in the video. If you want to do the other side with the twist, you can do that on your own. And coming from our child's pose, we'll start to come back up to that downward facing dog. We'll look between the hands, step or hop your way all the way through to a seat. We'll come all the way back down in that comfortable cross-legged seated pose. And from here, let's bring our feet together, knees out wide. You can grab for your ankles, your toes, your feet, whatever feels right. And inhale, we sit tall. As you exhale, start to fold over your legs. It's okay if you don't go too far. Just find what works for you. Continuing to feel your spine lengthen on your inhales. Fold a little more on your exhales. Slowly we press our way back up. Help your knees together. Extend your feet straight out in front of you. And you can point and flex your toes a few times if you would like to. And then from here, we will sit tall. Reach your arms out and up overhead. As you exhale, fold like someone's pulling you out in front. And then just drop your hands down. Forward fold. Gently make your way back up to seated. And then we will slowly start to lower down onto your back. So taking your time to get down there. And once you're there, we're just going to plant your feet, knees stay bent. Want to bring your feet about hips distance apart, maybe a little wider. And then we'll start to drop your knees to one side and then the other, windshield wipering the knees. And from here, we'll pick up your right ankle, cross it on top of your left knee, making a 4 shape out of your legs. And then start to lift up your left leg, reach through and interlace your fingers underneath that left thigh. Coming into this figure 4 stretch. Keeping your head and shoulders relaxed down. On your next exhale, lower down, uncross, and we'll switch it out for the other side. Cross that left ankle on top of your right knee, hug your right knee in and interlace your fingers underneath that right thigh. Continuing to breathe here. If you lost your breath, that's okay, just bring it back. And we will slowly start to release that leg down and uncross. And then extend your left leg, hug your right knee into your chest. You can move it side to side or keep it still here. And then we'll start to draw that knee all the way across your body, coming into a supine twist. You can reach your right arm out alongside you, maybe look over towards your right hand, or keep your gaze straight up to center, whatever feels comfortable. And just relaxing into this twist, using very little effort in this twist. Slowly we bring that knee back up to center, hug it in. And then take a full body stretch, reach your arms up overhead and hug the other knee in. And then we'll switch it out for that supine twist on the other side when you're ready. Drawing that knee across your body. Reach your left arm out alongside you and either keep your gaze straight up to the sky or look to the left. Slowly bring that knee back up into center. Hug it in. And take a full body stretch on your inhale and then exhale, hug both knees in, maybe rock side to side. And if you would like to, you can also take a happy baby pose. Grabbing for the outsides of your feet, elbows work towards the insides of your knees. We'll slowly start to lower everything down onto the mat. Setting up for a very important pose, even though it doesn't seem like we're doing a lot here in this pose. We're setting up for our final Shavasana. And in this pose, we get to let everything we've done over this last 20 or so minutes, we get to let all of that sink in. We get to thank our bodies for all they do for us all day, every day by letting them rest here. So take a few more deep breaths in. And then just exhale out, letting go of any tension, any stress or negativity, just exhaling it out. Knowing you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. We'll stay here for a few more moments. Final Shavasana. Slowly we start to come back to our breath. Start to deepen those inhales. And when you're ready, we will start to wiggle your fingers and toes, allowing some small movements to come back to your body. And take a full body stretch like you just woke up in the morning, reaching your arms up overhead, extending your legs out. And then give yourself a hug. We'll rock to your right side. Pause there. You can make a pillow out of your top hand. And then slowly press your way back up to seated, taking your time, resting your hands on your lap when you get there. Closing the eyes. We'll once again invite our hands to prayer pose at heart center. Telling yourself thank you for all this good work you've done for your body and mind. Thinking about how you can take your yoga off your mat. Namaste.